This week, Inside the Galaxy.
We had so much fun, and one of the trainers from Real Madrid came up and made sure that Higuain saw he had a little fan here, so we had a really good time. Huh, Eva?
It was exciting. I mean, just to have, Cristiano Ronaldo, and all these other famous players, it's great. I mean, they competed in this summer in the World Cup, so it's a good feeling to be here, seeing them this close.
Actually, just be able to see how they actually practice like everybody else would. Same kind of practice, same kind of techniques that other regular city teams would play.
I'm very thankful since I can't make it to the game on Saturday. It was a really nice opportunity to be able to come and check out the players and see what's going on with Real Madrid.
What do you think of the Galaxy's attack? People like Landon Donovan.
Creo que contesta más o menos a la pregunta, ¿no? Conoces a Donovan porque es el jugador que sí, el año pasado nos enfrentamos en la Copa Confederaciones.
Well, Landon Donovan is no doubt a very good player, and we will not be able to see what he can do until actually game time.
Partido todavía no vamos a preparar bien a conciencia el partido de los Galaxy.
Playing against Landon Donovan after Confed Cup, what are your feelings?
Pues tampoco es cuestión de una revancha personal, ¿no? Porque eran situaciones diferentes. Un partido nos pilló con la selección española y este partido es con el Real Madrid. Pero
You really don't see any personal feelings towards or against him for our loss to them. That was country versus country, and this is now club versus club.
por todo el mundo conocido y Los Ángeles Galaxy que cada vez va siendo más conocido, ¿no? Entonces yo lo veo de una manera que un partido amistoso, pero que tampoco deja de ser amistoso, sino que va a ser un gran partido.
What are your thoughts on LA since you've been here?
Sí, está por aquí.
Do people recognize you when you are out and about?
Con mi resto de mis compañeros he estado por aquí de vacaciones y bueno, he visto que es verdad que el efecto del Mundial ha hecho en mella en mucha gente, ¿no? También es verdad que está todo muy reciente.
I've been to LA before, and since the World Cup, I have noticed that there is a bigger understanding of the game and more knowledge of soccer. I have been recognized in a few places, but nothing like in Europe.
Universal Studios, he estado en diferentes sitios también de la ciudad y es una gran ciudad y es una ciudad muy bonita.
It's actually kind of weird. The guys have been out of town and I haven't been training or anything, just to rest the knee. So it's like it was kind of weird coming to training. But once I got here, it was all smiles. Everybody's been, so supportive in what I'm doing, and I know that I'll be around with the guys, throughout the season. But not being a part of training a lot, not being part of the game. So I think it's kind of a bittersweet situation, but more sweet, I think, because I'm looking at the long-term situation, and I think it's the right decision, and for me personally, and my family as well.
And it's been arguably our most talented player that we've had since I've been around the national team. I remember from my first camps with him thinking that I'd never seen an American player with that kind of talent, and still to this day, he still does things that a lot of guys just can't do or wouldn't even think to do.
When he was at his prime, he was probably the best striker, best finisher we've ever had. He scored that huge goal in '02 and has made a huge mark in this league. So, he's a fiery character and a guy you definitely want on your team.
My favorite memory actually was before I even knew him, was in I think it was the 2002 World Cup when he scored that goal. I think I got to the team about 6 months after he scored that goal when he was in prime form, Mohawk, and living life well off the field and balling on the field. So, I mean, seeing him score that goal and then meet him in person and see how down to earth he was and how great of a guy, and watching the style in which he lived his life off the field and on was just a pleasure.
He's been unique for an American player, and I think he's brought us services at different parts of the world, and as well as MLS. To this day, he's historic in the sense that he has scored the most goals ever in a game by an MLS player. And to me, he's probably scored, I don't want to take anything away from Landon, with his goal this year in the World Cup, but perhaps maybe the most important goal in the history of our World Cups play, with the goal he scored against South Korea in 2002. It was a fabulous goal in a day where obviously the odds were against the U.S. team, and very few players that have ever put on the U.S. shirt have been able to finish off a play like that. So that shows the uniqueness and the qualities that Clint had as a player in his prime.
The best one is scoring in the World Cup. That's something, no matter how old I get and you know, forget other things, that's one thing I'm never going to forget, and it's going to be something that you know, I tell my children who tell their children. So you know, it's just one of those moments that you know, I think the world stops for a moment, and it was just an amazing thing. So I'd have to say that's probably my greatest moment for me personally.
You know, the career he had was absolutely amazing, and you know, you can't be happier for the guy. But at the same time, you know, you're gonna miss seeing him, you know, day in and day out. He's one of those guys where, you know, when you see him, you're gonna smile and you're gonna laugh, and you know, he's always got a good story, and you know, he's a pleasure to be around.
You know, I've always said I wanted to retire with the team that I started with, and that's here at the Galaxy. I was able to, fortunately, come back here, and then that's the first stadium that used to be our home stadium, the Rose Bowl, and that was. You know, it left me some great memories. So it couldn't have worked out any better to be able to play against a team like Real Madrid in the old stadium I used to play at the Rose Bowl, because I would have never got a chance to play again there. So it's very exciting for me.
We've already sold 60, 70,000. You know, so it's going to be a great atmosphere. And anytime you have Real Madrid come to town, it's going to draw some interest. And guys like Ronaldo and these types of players are going to be fun to play against, fun to watch.
Never played in a game in LA that's had that big of a crowd. I don't know what the numbers will be this year, but I'm assuming it'll be pretty similar. And our goal is to put on a good show again. I think we were really happy with the way we played last year against both AC Milan and Barcelona, and we expect the same against Real Madrid.
There's so many people out there cheering you on, and whether you know they're booing you or cheering you on, I think it's just a great atmosphere either way, and I just love playing in those games. I think that's why I play this game, you know, just for the fans and you know, for the love of the sport.
In the 05 game, it was incredible. We, you know, that was the ultimate in Galacticos. They had Zidane, and he was a different class from everyone else, and that was great. They had David Beckham. I marked him for the first 60 minutes of the game, and then they subbed on Figo for the last 30. So that was a nice little break. You know, they always have good players, a good team, and a huge following, and I think we'll see that again.
I think it'll be great. You know, obviously we experienced it last year versus Barcelona, and I think it'll be a similar type atmosphere, and always a fun experience for the fans and our players as well to, yeah, be up close and personal with some of these great players, and to be part of a good exhibition. Hopefully we make it a day that everybody enjoys.
Thanks for watching This Week Inside the Galaxy.